Morning peeps, how are we all doing? Very good. Right, I'm going to do a follow-up on that ugly kid behind me, my mate Keith. Yeah, I've just sat and watched his post about the invasion of UK, and there's a few things that I would like to follow up on with. Some of you will have watched my post yesterday, I think I posted it, about my heritage, about my mum. And as I said there, my mum came from a little island called St Helena. Sadly, my mum passed away 2 months before Lisa and I got married 20 years ago. But my mum came over as the lady in waiting for Lord and Lady Bradford. Yeah. Now, in those days, and it's still the same today, I believe, the people of St Helena, if they want to emigrate to the UK, have to go through the correct process. They can't rock up like they do nowadays and then get everything that they want. They have to go through a correct process. Now, I know years ago, I looked at actually transferring to the Australian Army when I was actually in the British Army. And I'd gone through the process, but then they changed the rulings. And one of the rulings was I had to come out of the British Army. I then had to apply to go and join Australia, but I couldn't go straight into the Australian Army. What I had to do was find myself a sponsor, then emigrate across once I got a job and everything like that. And then after a year of being in Australia, I could then apply to join the Australian Army. Now, years prior to that, you could actually transfer from the British Army to the Australian Army. And I believe it's the same with Canada. With Canada, you can apply to emigrate to Canada, but basically you've got to have something that's going to benefit that country, same as Australia. And yet, like Keith says at the end of his one about the invasions of UK, here, they come across in their boats from Calais. Yeah, they probably get just over the line, the dividing line between France and Britain. And as we all know, Britain pays France a hell of a lot of money to try and stop this, but it don't work. Yeah, reason being because the French don't want the people there. Yeah, let's be straight about this. The French want it off their hands. So we're paying them loads of money to try and protect our shores. The French are just totally ignoring it. And I've seen videos of two coppers on the beach looking at the camera. You can watch the guys behind them with their dinghy running down the beach to launch. Yeah, and the coppers are just ignoring it. So, of course, they get escorted across, and like Keith was saying there, you know, the next thing they go to the processing centre, they then put in 5-star hotels and everything like that. But people like my mum, yeah, who are British citizens, they're from a British overseas territory, have got to jump through hoops, yeah, to be able to come to this country. And that's why, like Keith says, we've battered off various invading armies before, especially the Germans, yeah, and the French. The French have had a go quite a few times, yeah, but we've stopped them. And yet now we don't stop them, we just let them pour in. Now, I'm not being racist or anything like that, but I always said that if I ever got destitute, yeah, my next trip over, I'll be getting in my car, I'll be going up to Calais, I'll be getting a dinghy, come on back, I'm going to tie something around my head, speak a foreign language, and I'm going to be in here and I'll have the land of milk and honey, as Keith says. Yeah, and it's not being racist, it's being truthful. Now, there are people that come across to this country that are genuine immigrants, yeah, that are trying to get away from war zones and so on. But if you look at the actual asylum laws, you'll find that you claim asylum to the nearest country from where you're leaving. But these people are coming all the way from Syria, Iraq, and everything like that, coming through various European countries, yeah, and ending up in Britain. Why are they ending up here? Because none of the European countries want them. They don't want the aggravation. Yeah, it's as simple as that. So, like I say, my heritage, Centolina, British Overseas Territory, extremely proud of being British, and yet for them to get into the country is just a nightmare. It really is. Yeah. But those people do it the correct way. My feeling about these illegal immigrants is it's simple. Yeah, you've come in illegally, you're shipped back home or to the nearest country that you should have claimed asylum to. Now, I remember when the Bosnia conflict was on, we were out in Germany and we were on drawdown at the time. There was various barracks being closed down and so on. And the Germans, what they did was they actually accepted the refugees from Bosnia and housed them in the barracks that were being abandoned by the British Army. But they were controlled, yeah, in the fact that that's all they were given. They were given these barracks areas and they were controlled. Now, when the Bosnia conflict ended, yeah, the Germans immediately stuck them all on a plane and sent them home again. Now, I keep hearing that we can't do things like that, yeah, because it's against European law. Well, how is it the Germans can do it, the French can do it, and even I read about old Donald Trump this week, yeah, threw a load of Venezuelans back into their country. Even though the courts had turned around and said that he couldn't do it, he was like, stuff that, they're going. Yeah. Britain has become extremely soft. There's no two ways about it. I am proud of my heritage. I am proud of being an Englishman. So to all of the politicians out there that keep saying that they're going to do something and sit on their backsides and do nothing, get off your backsides and start sorting the problem out. Yeah, because it's getting ridiculous. This is a small island. We cannot keep accepting more and more people onto this small island, yeah, that have got nothing to offer us, nothing at all. Most of the immigrants that come across, yeah, are then used as slave labour, yeah, for various institutions and that, like some of the agricultural and that, yeah, because of the fact that the British people won't accept the wages that the farmers want to pay. So again, when we look at these benefit claimants at the moment, at the age of 53, so that's what, 12 years ago now, I was at a job, at work for the first time ever in my life after leaving school at 16. And I was entitled to no benefits whatsoever due to the fact that I got a pension after serving this country for 23 years. That was just about, yeah, and we were struggling, don't get me wrong, yeah, keeping the roof above mine, Lisa's, and my 3 stepkids' heads. I actually offered to go and sweep the streets of Leicester to get benefits, and I got told, really sorry, Mr. Clark, but it doesn't work that way. Why doesn't it work that way? We hear of councils that are going bankrupt because they can't afford to provide the services that are needed for the taxpayer. Yeah. Well, it's simple. You've got a big recruitment pool called the job centre. Yeah. Those people that are claiming benefits, you give them a little job to do. I'm not saying use them as slave labour. What I'm saying is you give them some sort of employment. Yeah. So it may be a couple of hours a day. Yeah. Too many of these people are sat on the benefit system claiming money, and my ex-in-laws were good examples of this. They never had a job from the day they left school at 16. Yeah, they were either in prison or they were claiming benefits. And they even told me how they used to get around things. I'll go down to the doctors and get a doctor's note, so I haven't got to go to these meetings and so on. Yeah, people work the system. It's as simple as that. Now, you can all call me a racist if you like, but think about it. Look at his skin tone. This year, that's 65 years old. Yeah, so I'm not a racist, I'm a realist. Anyway, if you're new to my channel and you want to subscribe, please consider it. Yeah, I will go back to, after having this rant today, I'll go back to my normal thing. But it's after watching Keith's post this morning, yeah, it really made my blood boil a little bit. So I thought I would put my point forward. Now, whether you agree with me or disagree with me, that's up to you. It's like me asking you to consider subscribing to my channel. It's your decision, no one else's. Yeah, I respect your opinion, and I hope you respect mine. So, peeps, take care of yourselves. I'm off later on to go and do my coffee morning here in the village called Mug and Mingle. Really looking forward to it. And one of the people that comes to our Mug and Mingle session yesterday, she was 97 years old. Yeah, Ella is going to have a bit of a birthday party today at Mug and Mingle. And to my mate Keith in the background there, and to his lovely wife Tracy Rand, yeah, love you both. Yeah, keep going, Keith. You know, your posts are really generating some conversations going. I will go back to doing my normal posts after this one during the week. I may even go out and play golf tomorrow and do a post on golf. Yeah, so you can see that. You see me playing the guitar, you see me out tabbing. To all of you, please take care of yourselves and stay safe. And as Keith and I always say, let's tab.